Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. When we talk about the Detroit Lions in 2025, you have to understand that this team isn't just riding the wave of last season's success. No, this is a franchise that's been building for years, quietly but steadily rising, and now they're making moves that could set the stage for a genuine Super Bowl push. And one of the most recent, yet significant, headlines that's got everyone talking is the signing of Gerald Everett. That might not sound earth-shattering at first glance, but when you dig into the implications, it's clear that this move could have ripple effects across the entire NFC North and beyond. Gerald Everett, a name that's been around the league for a while now, might not always be the biggest headline, but he's a player who has consistently shown he can be a reliable target, a dependable presence in the passing game. Coming into the 2025 season, Everett's signing with the Lions feels like a calculated move, one that combines experience, chemistry, and strategic depth. Now, let's take a step back and look at how this signing fits into the bigger picture of what Detroit has been doing lately. First, it's important to note that the Lions already have a solid starting tight end in Sam Laporta. The young tight end has shown flashes of brilliance, and he's someone the organization clearly envisions as a core piece for years to come. Laporta's athleticism, route running, and hands have made him a favorite target for Jared Goff, especially in this new era of the Lions' offense. And this is a crucial point, Laporta is still on the rise, and he's entering a contract year soon, which means the Lions will need to get him extended if they want to keep him long-term. That's where Gerald Everett comes in. His signing isn't just about filling a backup role, it's about adding a veteran presence that can be trusted in critical moments. Everett brings a wealth of experience, having played for the Los Angeles Rams and then the Chicago Bears, and he's someone who can step into the role of a secondary tight end and contribute immediately. His career stats are pretty solid, over 3,000 receiving yards and 20 touchdowns across his 5 seasons in the league, so he's proven to be a consistent, if not spectacular, player. The Lions are betting on Everett's reliability, knowing that in a league where injuries and unpredictability are constant, having a player who can produce when called upon is essential. But beyond just the stats and experience, Everett's arrival is also about chemistry. Remember, Jared Goff and Gerald Everett aren't strangers. They played together for 4 seasons from 2017 to 2020 with the Los Angeles Rams. Over those 61 games, they connected for nearly 400 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's not just numbers, it's a rapport, a chemistry that can be tapped into again now that they're reunited in Detroit. In football, as much as schemes and playbooks matter, trust between quarterback and receiver can be the difference between a good season and a great one. The Lions are clearly banking on that chemistry paying dividends. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Lions have been quietly assembling a roster that's built to contend. They've made some smart draft choices, developing a young core of players like Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, and Jahmyr Gibbs. They've also been aggressive in free agency, bringing in veterans like David Montgomery and now Gerald Everett, to ensure their roster isn't just talented but also deep and versatile. With the NFC North still very competitive, think about the Vikings' new offense, the Bears' rebuild, and the Packers' quest for consistency. Detroit's moves this offseason signal that they're not just content to be a playoff team. They want to win the division, and ultimately, they want to make noise deep into the postseason. The addition of Everett also ties into a broader strategic change under the new offensive coordinator, John Morton. With a fresh scheme, Detroit will likely emphasize a more dynamic passing attack, utilizing multiple tight ends and versatile receivers to keep defenses guessing. Everett's skill set complements Laporta's as a reliable target who can run routes, make catches in traffic, and contribute in the red zone. Having 2 tight ends, who can stretch the field and create mismatches, could be a nightmare for defenses. especially in an offense that's evolving to become more unpredictable and explosive. And let's not forget about Jared Goff, who's been a revelation for the Lions over the past 2 seasons. His leadership, decision-making, and ability to execute under pressure have been instrumental in Detroit's rise. Goff's connection with Everett, built over 4 seasons, could be a crucial piece of the puzzle. With more weapons at his disposal, Goff can diversify his reads and better exploit defenses, increasing the Lions' chances of putting up big numbers every Sunday. This signing also sends a message. Detroit isn't just trying to stay afloat. They're aiming for the top, and they're making strategic moves to ensure their quarterback has the tools he needs to succeed. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate how this fits into the Lions' recent history. Since the franchise returned to prominence in the 2010s, there's been a steady evolution. The team's culture has shifted from perennial underdog to a serious contender. Players like Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the defensive line led by Hutchinson have been cornerstones. The organization has shown patience and a clear vision, and now, with the addition of veterans like Everett, they're adding pieces that can help them take the next step. In terms of expectations for the upcoming season, Lions fans are right to be optimistic, but also realistic. The NFC North remains fiercely competitive. The Vikings made some key offseason moves, including reshuffling their coaching staff and bolstering their offense. The Bears are in the midst of a rebuild, but with flashes of talent and a new coaching staff, they can't be overlooked. The Packers are trying to find their footing after losing Aaron Rodgers, but don't count them out just yet. The Lions, on the other hand, are looking to establish themselves as the division's top team, and this signing is just one piece of a larger puzzle that indicates they're serious about that goal. Looking ahead to the season, the Lions' offensive scheme will likely rely heavily on their tight ends, both Laporta and Everett, to create mismatches and sustain drives. The addition of Everett also provides insurance against injuries, which are inevitable in the NFL. Having a trusted veteran who knows the system and has chemistry with Goff can help maintain offensive consistency even when the chips are down. And if we zoom out even further, Detroit's ambitions go beyond just winning the division. They want to make a deep playoff run, challenge the top teams in the NFC, and perhaps even get their first Super Bowl appearance in decades. The roster shifts, strategic additions, and the development of young players all point to a team that's ready to compete at the highest level. The signing of Gerald Everett might seem like a small piece in the grand scheme, but in reality, it's a reminder that the Lions are meticulously building a roster that's balanced, experienced, and hungry for success. So, as we look at this move and envision what's coming, it's clear that the Detroit Lions aren't just content with being good anymore. They're positioning themselves as serious contenders, and the NFL better take notice. The NFC North is about to get a lot more interesting, and Lions fans should be thrilled because this team is on the rise, with a roster that's deeper and more talented than ever before. The future looks bright, and moves like signing Gerald Everett are proof that Detroit is not just dreaming about the Super Bowl, they're planning to go out there and seize it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the signing of Gerald Everett? Do you see him making a significant impact this season? Are you excited about the team's prospects with this new addition? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This team is on the rise, and history could be made in Detroit in 2025. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Lions!